Kevin Fullerton here, Lisnamuck Mahara. Farming, there'll be 230 to 40 cows milking at nearly all times, all year round. Went with 4 A5 robots 4 years ago, no regrets. Parlour's taking up too much time, labour's an issue. Like the robots for especially calf and heifers, they settle down quicker. That frees up the time, especially evenings. All other jobs you're doing, ploughing, digger work, anything like that, you can keep at it.
My name's Kevin Fullerton. We installed this here Vector feeding system in August last year. So I was doing the feeding, and it was taking me like maybe three and a half hours every day feeding. You know, we had a mixed take diet feeder, a 16 cubic meter one, but you're just taking up most of my time. Like we already had 4 Lely 5 robots in, so we opted to go with the Vector. Like a few years ago, we were zero grazing. Then we changed from that. There, we built 2 new silos.
I left school at 15, come here, there's 30 cows milking. Just built it up gradually from then, and we bought a right bit of land, and where it is today there's 240, maybe 40 to 50 dry cows, and keep a lot of heifers as followers, sell a lot of maiden heifers. Thought of robots, it was a decision between robots or building a new bigger parlour, and it was still going to be that issue of getting the third milking done, and labour would be an issue, and we went with the robots, and definitely no regrets that road. And we'd be sitting around 3.3 to 3.2 milkings per day, and they were at 40 to 41 litres there at the minute. Well, this would be our peak now.
Well, the design of it, we put that shade up and this here got concreted. There's a few feeding passages needed to be altered, just widened at one end. The way our yard was, the way our yard's laid out, it was too steep of a gradient, so we had to just make a new road up the field. But apart from that, it was a fairly straightforward procedure. Like, there was engineers from Lely kept us right. Like, the startup procedure went smoothly enough. Like,
there'd be 9,400 a day going through the 4 robots at the minute. We're doing well there with 3% free time. So we arrive in the morning, first thing I would do is look for inseminations, gather up cows, and I do all the eyeing and get that out of the road. Then we'd gather up any cows that need a gun or fresh calved heifers. And then we start scraping stands down. We sawdust and lime twice a day. So usually in the morning, gather up the cows. By the time we have the stands done, the cows are all through. Main benefits, you land in the morning, everything's fed, the silage is pushed in every 40-50 minutes. Cows are more content, there's no pushing, no bullying, and it cuts out them jobs of having to leave whatever you're at to go and push in silage. And when you come to the evening, everything's content, they're all fed. On the farm there's me and Margaret. Margaret do all the bookwork, all the runs to get stuff, helps every evening, and Kevin's here full time, has been since he left school, went to Greenmount. And a brother and his son would come down in the evenings, and the brother would help there at weekends. He comes down in the evenings after work. So other than that, we have no other paid labour on the farm. Still do a lot of the own tractor work, all hedges, digger work. Try to do a right bit of slurry and all our own mowing, tedding, and get a contractor in with umbilical and self-propelled. And fertiliser, all them things we do all ourselves. Do all our own feed, all our own AIing. The reason why we went for the Vector was Kevin done all the diet feeding since I come off it years ago. And it was just seemed to be constant every day, 7 days a week, nothing ever changed. And it was at the stage where he needed to come off the diet feeder to get to other things. And we just were at that crossroads, whether do we employ somebody full time? And I went to the Vector, and I think it was a good decision because It hasn't answered me back once, and it turns up every morning. And so far it's working far better than I thought it would. And it's feeding all in the yard, and yes, we can plan it now. Kevin can fill the kitchen with silage, and he can get away to do field work, or Sundays he can get away. Before this, nothing every day was just the same, it never changed.
Look, it's a big bite, but you know, going forward, it is the job, you know. And then just for efficiency and like the extra litres you'll get with the robotic milking and the extra milk you'll get with the Vector being fed little and often, you know, in the long term, it should pay for itself. Like.
Well, I'd have no problems with giving anybody advice on going for Lely robots, because with the A5s I can't really pinpoint anything I would like to change on them. And with the Vector system, I was more than cautious of putting it in, but as time has moved on, we're more than happy with it, and it's been working now since August. We're on to middle of March, and it's improving all the time, and we definitely have no complaints about putting it in, no regrets.